find that the two remaining girls would just be fantastic.
It will just be the icing on the cake, bringing the story complete.
In 1971, these young women played for England. They competed in Mexico's unofficial Women's World Cup. 48 years later, they're trying to reunite. But there's a problem. Two of them can't be traced. These days, women's football is a high-profile sport in Britain, and the Women's World Cup is attracting millions of viewers. But it hasn't always been like this. In 1921, football was declared unsuitable for women, and the FA banned women from using their pitches. Luckily, it didn't stop Leah Caleb, Chris Lockwood, and Jill Sale. So when did it all start then, your love of football?
It was in our primary schools. Boys used to play football in the playground, and the girls joined in. And I found that I took to it, and so did some other girls. Headmaster wanted me to play in the team with the boys, but obviously the authorities at the time wouldn't allow girls. This is nearly 50 years ago.
It was unsuitable for women or something.
And the mindset was girls didn't play.
Some lads at school had got a boys' team, so I joined their team, but I had to be called Billy.
You actually had to pretend to be a boy?
I did, yeah.
Did you feel that it was unjust?
Totally unjust, but somebody, somewhere, told us we couldn't play.
Even in 1971, women were still restricted to playing in parks. When Mexico announced plans for a Women's World Cup, Harry Batt, a maverick coach who believed women's football had a future, put together an unofficial England team without support from the FA. Leah, Chris and Jill were in the squad. You flew out to Mexico, you arrived. What was it like when you got off the plane?
All the lights were in our faces. And I leaned back to one of the girls and said, there's someone famous on this plane. But it was us. This is a cine-camera film. There's the police.
Police outriders.
Gosh, so you had a police escort?
To the matches,
Yeah.
actually, because you then start thinking, are you dreaming this?
Yeah. Straight away, some of the girls went onto TV. We were in the papers every day.
It sounds completely surreal.
Yeah.
It is, definitely.
It was.
Totally surreal.
I think this is
look
the
at the
opening
crowds.
ceremony.
90,000 spectators in the stadium. Used to get the odd passerby watching us at home, but there they've all come to watch you play.
It was like going in Doctor Who's TARDIS and coming out in a different time, from one extreme way up to the other.
England played hard, but after losing to Argentina and Mexico, they were knocked out of the World Cup. When they returned to England, the dream was clearly over.
There wasn't anybody there, was no photographers. There was a few little snips in the papers, but they were sort of still taking it as a little bit of a gimmick and a joke.
Neither FIFA or our own FA recognised the tournament. They weren't happy with Harry taking the team to Mexico.
And then we were banned.
You were banned?
And we were banned from playing, yeah, for 3 months.
And what happened to Harry then at that time?
Well, he was banned forever. That was it for Harry.
And it has been shut away for those years.
Maybe psychologically we thought that people didn't care.
To help tell their remarkable story, the One Show has brought the team of 71 back together for a reunion kickabout. Most of the players have been found. It's the first time all these women have been together in 48 years. But 2 are still missing and could be anywhere in the world. We've offered to try and find them. How would it feel if you were able to get the whole team back together?
That would be just amazing, be fantastic. The pictures coming back together, you know, of that time. And 48 years is such a long time.
It would mean a lot to all of us because it would make everything complete.
Years later, most of the players have been traced for a reunion kickabout.
Amazing. It's just something I'd never expected.
Incredible. All the memories come flooding back.
But 2 are missing, so we put One Show people finder Kat Whiteaway on the case.
Now here are the two missing players in the Mexican programme, Jean Brecken and this is Paula Rayner. I couldn't find Jean anywhere and I wondered if her name might have been spelled wrong. She's down here as Brecken with a K. And sure enough, I've discovered an entry in the birth indexes spelt CK. The marriage indexes confirmed Jean's surname changed to Elliot. But she did have lots of brothers whose surnames had not changed, so I could contact her through them. And using old electoral registers, I created a family tree for Paula and I managed to find her too.
Great news, and it's time to share it with the team. Now, our People Finder Cat has been working so hard to try and find your two missing team members. But I am delighted to say that she has had a certain amount of success. Paula is here. So Paula, how does it feel to be reunited with all your teammates?
Absolutely fantastic. It's 48 years. What do you do? You know, it's just emotional. So.
What a wonderful surprise.
Wonderful surprise.
Now, when I said that Kat's had a certain amount of success, she's actually had a lot of success. Jean is here as well. After 48 years, the entire World Cup squad has been traced. This is everyone found.
I've stayed out of prison just in case.
So, I mean, what you all shared, what's it meant to you, Jean?
Well, everything really, you know, it's a thing in a lifetime. You say to some people, oh, I've played football in Mexico City, Aztec Stadium. Don't be stupid. You're a woman. You're a woman, you can't do that.
Now, I've got this one last surprise for you. It's a message that's been sent by one of the England players, Jill Scott, who's out in France at the moment at the Women's World Cup. So do you want to give it a watch?
Yeah. Hello to the team of 1971. We've been hearing a lot about your success when you travelled to the World Cup in Mexico, and it really has inspired us. You really have paved the way for us, and without you we wouldn't be here today having the career that we absolutely love. So a massive thank you and a big hello from us, and hopefully we can do you proud out here in France.
Well, it's great to have you all back in touch with each other. So, let's go!
Some of the team, the whole team aren't here, but some of them are. Leah, Jill, Jan, Chris and Trudy. One more time, we'll give you another round of applause. Because this is a story, I mean, it is just fantastic. It's magical. Honestly, thank you so much for joining us.
Can I just ask straight away, when are you all going to play together again? Like, for real? I know you knocked about last week, but I mean competitively. Come on.
That was competitive.
Oh, was it? Was it? Did it get quite competitive?
It did. We haven't lost that, have we?
No. It was fun.
Still the same.
Great fun.
Yeah. Well, can we sort of rewind right back to the very start? I mean, how old were you when you went over there? Because there is an age range between you, isn't there?
I was
So go on then.
13. I was
13?
No. I was, yeah.
And did you go there with your family? I mean, did you have lots of...
No,
just
we all went
chaperone?
on our own. There was a chaperone with us.
Right.
So, yes, I was the youngest,
So you
and
were
then it
30.
carried on.
Go on, Jill.
14.
You were 14, right?
I was 20.
Right.
15. And 16.
And you were 16.
And Jan, as the 20-year-old, a little bit seasoned, were you sort of in charge of...
No, Leah was the one in charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Leah, this
good,
was your
isn't it?
actual... Look at this, this was your actual little show. So So cute. Quite trendy as well, Lee.
Quite trendy, very retro.
Back in fashion now.
Yeah.
But I mean, the concept of travel even then, as youngsters, I mean, you would get passports and all of that.
I don't think any of us have been abroad before. I certainly hadn't. My mum and dad had to go and get a passport pretty quickly.
Wow.
As did yours, I think, Jill.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And you, there's so many questions.
Well, we heard in that first film that you were, it was like kind of a pop star reactions as you landed there. Why did the people of Mexico love you guys so much?
I think we were friendly, weren't we? We took interested in the people, interested in the country. We wanted to go out and make friends. Obviously, we wanted to play football, but I think we were just keen, young, happy to sign autographs, happy to have photos taken, because it was just all so new.
Did you get a chance to train out there to kind of get used to the climate?
Every morning,
2 weeks before.
we would train.
Did you have kit and everything?
Not quite like they do now, though.
No.
Hang on, 71, were we in the era of long shorts, mid...
No,
short shorts.
Before that first match then against Argentina, how many times had you kind of played together? Had you practiced? Or?
Well, Jill didn't know anybody.
No, I didn't know anybody because I played for another team. I played for Tame.
Okay.
Yes.
But some of the girls had played together, but I didn't know anybody.
So it was your first time you'd played together, was actually the match?
Yes.
It's a Hollywood movie of a story, isn't it? I mean, you are legends, you're trailblazers, aren't you? And women's football right now is really having its moment.
It is.
You must be gripped by all the games.
Oh, we are. We're well behind the girls.
And you're a little bit envious.
No, we're just very pleased.
It's just great to see it where it is now.
And you paved the way.
We paved the way.
For that to
We're
happen.
part of it. There's a lot of girls
actually,
following us that paved as well.
That is a very good point, because it's a shame really that this is news now. And that you weren't getting this kind of reception 48 years ago.
We buried the story, really. We didn't tell anybody because there wasn't a platform. We came off the plane.
Because it wasn't a thing.
Really.
It wasn't.
There was no press or media or there was just nothing.
It went from one extreme to the other.
You spoke to your family about it, maybe, and they were really interested in what happened. But, you know, for everybody else, how on earth do you introduce something like that into a conversation? It's not easy. So we never said anything.
You had, there's a very important person in all this, Harry.
Yes. Absolutely.
Who kind of got you all together. He believed in you. He slightly went against the rules by taking you there in the first place. What can you tell us about Harry? People need to know about him.
He was a visionary. He knew where ladies football was going even then. He saw that it had a big future. He made the contacts, he knew the sponsors, he could make things happen. He wasn't sort of tied up in bureaucracy and all that sort of thing. He just had this ability to get things done. And he was such a visionary, wasn't he?
He was a bit of a maverick, but he got things done. If it hadn't been for him, none of us would have gone out there. He was way ahead of his time, way ahead of his time. He envisaged ladies football, how it would be, and he could see that.
He was a clever
I've just
man.
heard actually that Harry's son Keith has just emailed in. He's watching you.
Hi, Keith.
And actually, you know, for him and for his family to get, for Harry to get some kind of recognition with all of this, surely must be a goal.
It's one of the main objectives. To get the squad together and for Harry to get the recognition he deserved.
He was a clever man. I mean, he spoke 5 languages. He fought in the Civil War. He was a hero, really.
He fought in the Spanish.
Yeah, he did. He was born in Madrid, apparently.
But I was just looking at these crowds again that we're seeing here, Jan. I mean, you scored, didn't you?
Yes.
I mean, what was that like for you?
It was brilliant. I think it's one of the most proudest moments of my life, and I can still see it now, and I can relive it even now. I can't remember who passed me the ball. It might even been Lee or somebody, and I sort of beat one player, then I beat another player, and then I rounded the keeper and just put it in the goal, and I'm like, yes.
I want to see the film.
Well, come back when the film's on, won't you, for the premiere, Magic. And actually, talking of women's football, you can watch England's quarter-final match against Norway. It's a very big match. It is. It's a key match as far as I'm concerned.
Very key.
Well, they need to win, obviously, to carry on. But if they can beat this, then, you know, who knows? They could well win the whole thing. Tomorrow, it's on BBC One from 7:30.
Fantastic. Now,